UK Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, and she's thrown a spanner in the works, hasn't she, by calling on President Trump to release some very important documents.
Yes, well, actually, we have that. So, of course, he was allowed entry to the US in 2020, despite having admitted in spare to taking cocaine, marijuana and psychedelic mushrooms. And you're right, this is what Suella Braverman had to say. Have a listen.
I think there's a very strong case for President Trump to intervene and to direct the release and disclosure of these documents. The American people should have the right to know what's happened here.
Darren, so she wants this to be investigated. Do you think he actually will be deported? Because he'll end up back in the UK.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, she's calling on Trump to actually release those visa records. And if they are released, well, according to his memoir, they will indeed find evidence of an admission of drug use, which would have, as you mentioned, bar him from entering the United States. I mean, Harry banned from America. It's enough to make you shudder. Because I've got the perfect plan for him, though. A decoy. He wouldn't be welcome here, so maybe, we'll ban him his entry or something like that. But if he gets himself into the English Channel in a rubber dinghy, we'll probably put him up in a luxury hotel if he claims asylum, and we'll say to him, we'll give you bed, board and benefits right up his street. Sometimes they're 5-star hotels, Danica, and he can complain about his family and let the British taxpayer pick up the tab. This is the perfect solution for this privileged prince.
Welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, your go-to source for truth and fairness when it comes to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Today, we're diving into yet another manufactured controversy, this time involving Prince Harry's US visa records. And guess who's behind it? None other than the same tired voices who can't seem to move on from their obsession with tearing Harry and Meghan down. Let's get into it. This is a space for open dialogue. We believe in truth. We believe in fairness. In a world where misinformation spreads like wildfire, it's crucial to uphold these values. We stand with Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Their journey has been one of courage and resilience. They have faced relentless scrutiny. Every move they make is analysed. Every word they say is twisted. Their lives have been dissected by the media. The constant invasion of their privacy is a stark reminder of the challenges they face. Now, a new attack is underway. This time, it's not just about their personal lives. This time it involves calls to release Prince Harry's US visa records, a move that raises serious questions about privacy and respect. These calls are not about transparency. They are a veiled attempt to undermine their credibility. They are about something darker, an effort to control the narrative and silence those who dare to speak out. They are about silencing dissenting voices, voices that challenge the status quo and demand change. They are about perpetuating a narrative of hate, a narrative that seeks to divide rather than unite. We cannot let this stand. We must come together to support truth and fairness. Join us as we delve into this issue. Let's explore the facts. Let's understand the real motives behind these actions. Let's separate truth from fiction. Let's ensure that justice prevails. Let's stand up for what is right. Together we can make a difference. The Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, has been relentless. Their goal? To obtain and release Prince Harry's US visa records. Their campaign began in earnest last year. They filed a lawsuit demanding transparency. The lawsuit, however, was unsuccessful. This setback did not deter them. The Heritage Foundation continues to pressure the US government. They claim that Harry's visa application should be made public. Why? They point to Harry's past admissions of drug use. They argue that this information should have disqualified him from entering the US. Their arguments, however, are flawed. They are based on a selective interpretation of immigration law. The Heritage Foundation claims to be motivated by transparency, asserting that their actions are in the public interest. They say they are simply upholding the law, ensuring that everyone is held accountable. But their actions suggest otherwise, raising questions about their true intentions. Their relentless pursuit of Harry's visa records smacks of harassment rather than a genuine concern for transparency. It feels like a politically motivated attack aimed at discrediting him. Let's be clear, Prince Harry is not a politician. nor is he involved in any political machinations. He's not a threat to national security, nor does he pose any danger to the public. He's a private citizen who has been open about his past struggles, sharing his journey with the world. He has spoken candidly about his mental health journey, breaking the stigma around mental health issues. He has used his platform to advocate for others, championing causes that are close to his heart. The Heritage Foundation's actions are not about transparency, but rather about pushing a specific agenda. They are about silencing a critic of the monarchy, someone who has dared to speak out. They're about punishing Harry for daring to speak his truth, for challenging the status quo and questioning the established norms. In a world where transparency is often touted as a virtue, we must ask ourselves, is this truly about transparency or is it about targeted harassment? Section 4. GB News and Suella Braveman fanning the flames of controversy. In recent times, the media landscape has been rife with stories that stir public sentiment and ignite debates. One such story involves GB News and Suella Braveman, who have become central figures in a growing controversy. The Heritage Foundation is not alone in its crusade against Prince Harry. This conservative think tank has been vocal about its stance, and it has garnered significant attention. They have found willing allies in the media. Various news outlets have picked up the story, amplifying the Foundation's message and ensuring it reaches a wide audience. GB News, a right-wing British television channel, has given the story significant airtime. Their coverage has been extensive, often featuring segments dedicated to discussing Prince Harry's actions and their implications. They have invited guests who echo the Heritage Foundation's talking points. These guests, often experts or commentators, reinforce the narrative being pushed by the Foundation. They have framed the issue as a matter of national importance. By doing so, they elevate the story from a personal matter to one that supposedly affects the entire nation. Suella Braverman, the UK's Home Secretary, has also weighed in on the controversy. Her involvement has added a layer of political significance to the issue. She has suggested that Harry's visa status should be reviewed. This suggestion has sparked further debate and drawn more attention to the matter. Her comments have added fuel to the fire. The controversy has only grown more intense, with various factions taking sides and voicing their opinions. They have emboldened those who seek to discredit and silence the Duke of Sussex. Critics have become more vocal, and the media coverage has become increasingly critical. This is not about justice. The narrative being pushed is less about fairness and more about undermining a public figure. This is about a coordinated attack on a high-profile individual. The media frenzy and political involvement suggest a concerted effort to shape public perception and influence opinion. Section 5. Hypocrisy and selective outrage, a tale of double standards. The outrage over Prince Harry's visa status is hypocritical. Countless public figures have admitted to past drug use. They have not faced the same level of scrutiny. They have not been subjected to calls for their visa records to be released. Why is Harry being singled out? The answer is clear. It is because of who he is. It is because he dared to step away from the royal family. It is because he dared to criticize the institution. The attacks against him are not about upholding the law. They are about punishing him for his dissent. Section 6. Unwavering Spirit. Harry and Meghan's continued impact. Despite the relentless attacks, Harry and Meghan remain steadfast. They continue to use their platform for good. They are vocal advocates for mental health awareness. They are passionate about supporting veterans. They are committed to creating a more equitable and just world. Their work speaks for itself. They are making a real difference in the world. They are inspiring millions with their courage and compassion. Their commitment to positive change is unwavering. They refuse to be silenced by hate and bigotry. They will continue to fight for what they believe in. Section 7. A call for justice and understanding. Looking towards a brighter future. The attacks against Prince Harry are unjust. They are rooted in prejudice and a desire to silence dissenting voices. We must stand against this type of hate. We must demand better from our media and our leaders. It is time for a more compassionate and understanding world. Let us reject the politics of division and fear. Let us embrace a future where everyone feels safe to speak their truth. Let us support Harry and Meghan in their pursuit of a better world. Let us create a world where everyone can thrive. All right, folks, that's it for today's episode of Meghan and Harry Tales. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep calling out the hypocrisy and standing up for what's right. See you in the next one.